So I made a video about the top 10 highest grossing films of 2024. And amazingly enough, Venom 3 or Venom the Last Dance was in the top 10. Overall, it's made $478 million. Dollars. It made $139 million in the US, but it made $338 million worldwide on a budget of 120 million dollars. It's been Venom 3 is actually more profitable than Gladiator 2. That's crazy to say because people will never make that comparison, but it's true. And I think Marvel has done a poor job. Marvel and Sony, I think they've done a poor job saying how successful this film is. Because in between that film, you have Kraven that recently came out. It did nothing. It was just in and out really fast. And then early in the year, we had Madam Web with Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney. Now, you would think any film with Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney, good or bad, dudes would show up, but nah, even dudes like, nah. Even with those two, we're not going to see that film. Just a bad script, bad movie. And I knew that movie was in trouble when Sydney didn't promote it. Dakota was all over the place to promoting it. You can kind of tell she wasn't really keen on that film. But when I didn't see Sydney, and Sydney promotes all her stuff. When I didn't see her, I was like, hell. This film is not good at all when she's not promoting it. But you would think Marvel would have promoted the fact that Venom 3 was a success. I would. So here's the thing. The people have spoken. They want to see Tom Hardy as Venom. So if I'm the Marvel MCU, whatever, I'm trying to keep Tom Hardy in the fold. So you gotta put him in the next Spider-Man, this next Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I would think you would do that. Or at least stick him in if there's a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man or Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. If there's another Spider-Man film along with the Tom Holland Spider-Man, you gotta put him in that. You got Avengers Doomsday. I know that's the MCU than the Sony Marvel thing. But I think fans would like it if Tom Hardy as Venom popped up in Doomsday or some of these other upcoming Marvel features. We got to keep this guy right. He's made 3 of these Venom movies. The first one I liked. The second one I wasn't too cool about. I didn't get a chance to see the third. I'll see the third one soon. But it seems like Tom Hardy enjoying this. Tom Hardy is one of these dudes that he's actually an undercover box office champ that you don't really talk about. Because he's basically a character actor in a lot of ways. Like some guys are leading men. And some guys are character actors. Where he's a leading man. He's a character actor who's a leading man. And if you look at his filmography, like, okay, for instance, he was in Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. He was in The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's 2 DiCaprio films, and DiCaprio won the Oscar from that. He played Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. I still got to get my Bane masks. No one cared about me until I start wearing the mask. I got to get my Bane mask one of these days, man. He was in the last Mad Max movie that made money, Mad Max Fury Road. Now, I guess he had gotten into it, Charlize Theron. I guess they didn't get along. And I guess Tom was a little problematic on the set. And he wasn't in the last Mad Max film. But that film didn't do anything. Even though they said Anya Taylor-Joy was really good in it, nobody went to see that film because she couldn't carry that film on her own. And I think they had Tom Hardy's stunt double was actually playing Mad Max. We can't get Tom, but why don't we use his stunt double? Sure. That'll bring him into the seats. Tom Hardy has Peaky Blinders. People love that. You got the 3 Venom films. He was in a Star Trek movie. He was in this Bike Riders movie recently with Austin Butler. Tom Hardy, technically should be Russell Crowe right now. He should be. He should be that guy starring Tom Hardy. But I think he's kind of more De Niro where he hates doing press and media. Like all these films come out and I never see him do press. Bike Riders came out. I didn't see Tom Hardy. Venom 3 comes out. I don't see Tom Hardy. He's one of these dudes. I think he enjoys making box office hits or being in popcorn hits or being in TV shows that people love. But at the same time, he doesn't like doing press, which is fine. You had people like that before. DiCaprio really doesn't do a lot of press. But the thing about Russell Crowe was Russell Crowe at his peak. He did box office stuff, but at the same time, he understood you got to also do press for this to work. Russell Crowe understood this. Tom Hardy is like, not today, bloke. Speaking of Russell Crowe, man. Russell Crowe, I keep on thinking like, man, I haven't seen Russell Crowe, but we have. Like Russell Crowe's one of those dudes where I feel like, man, we haven't seen him a lot, but we have. He's just in and out of movies. Like Russell Crowe has been in 3 comic book movies in the past, I don't know, 15 years or so. He played Jor-El in Man of Steel. He was actually in the Kraven movie as Kraven's dad. And he played Zeus in Thor Love and Thunder. The problem with this is Love and Thunder and Kraven were bad movies. So he's actually in the MCU. He's actually in comic book movies. We just never see him. Plus he's kind of hefty now. Russell likes eating now. He's never going to get back to that Gladiator weight. Man, if we could get Russell Crowe on Ozempic and say like, hey man, I know you can never be Gladiator again, but if we can kind of get you in between Gladiator and American Gangster, maybe where you was in A Beautiful Mind, that weight where you're kind of like, you're not really swole, but at the same time, you could be a little husky. I think Russell Crowe would be our leading man again. We need Russell Crowe back as a leading man, but I don't think he wants to do that anymore. I think he's good with popping in and out, doing the Brando thing for Superman. I'm in there for a few minutes, kill, make a few dollars, and go back home. So man, I wish Russell Crowe was like Denzel, man. He has that burning desire to be in films, but I think Russell Crowe, he does enough to get paid and make a good living so he can just chill at home. So I respect that. I mean, LA Confidential of Russell Crowe was a long time ago. So I respect that, but man, I miss Russell Crowe. But in the meantime, Tom Hardy could be our Russell Crowe. You just don't want to carry the weight of being that dude. But yeah, Marvel, Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige, if you ever see this video, and why would you? But if you ever see this video, please, man, keep Tom Hardy and Venom in your universe somehow, some way. Even with the Spider-Man stuff with Tom Holland, or somehow with this reboots, this next stage of Marvel films, man, we got to get Venom in here. So how do you feel about Tom Hardy and Venom in that whole series? What's your favorite Venom film? And what's your favorite Tom Hardy performance? This dude is actually really good. I really enjoy it. And in fact, I feel bad because I never watched Peaky Blinders. What? I never watched Peaky Blinders, but you hear how good this show is. I think I got to see it. So what's your favorite Tom Hardy performance? And what do you think is his most underrated performance? And what do you think? Well, if you could talk to Kevin Feige, if you could talk to Marvel, what would be a best way to incorporate Venom into the Marvel universe? Either a storyline or a movie. What's the best way we can kind of get Eddie and Venom in the MCU?